This location has been used 100 times now. I actually saw it in a porn film the other night. But it was a great place.
Some of your finest work.
Exactly. So here you are in this in goofy outfit, and in your
Mama San's bordello. Oh yeah.
They don't get it. They just don't get it.
I like smart action movies, or action movies that movies that have action that make you think a little. It doesn't have to be, brilliant, but I think that you should think. You know what? If I read more scripts that were brainier in their activity, I'd feel right at home. But the scripts that I continue to read many of the times is just physical activity, and that I'm not interested in.
You're a jock. You're a baseball player. I mean, baseball players get old.
After a while, you really do. It's really, I think in that regard, as a viewer, I'd rather see a younger guy.
People look at Hollywood movies, at action films, and they think, well, it's all fake.
Yeah.
It takes. Guess what?
Yeah. It's just not. Guess what? It's not.
Guess what? A lot of people get hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to you, but you looked really bad.
I got really sick.
I can see it in your eyes when I watch the scene. That's where I can see it. That's where I can see it. They really are little eyes sometimes.
Yeah, they're little to begin with, but on this day.
Oh, and it's pain. When you see somebody else in pain, it's awful. We could have actually probably done that, taken an insurance day. Really, the amazing thing about you as an actor, and I'm serious about this, is that the way you approach acting and your craft, okay, because you were Disney trained.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a real good work ethic in terms of that.
People talk to me about researching characters and doing stuff like that. If the writer has done it, it's been done.
Then there you are.
There you are. The guy is who he is. That's just the most fun I've had with you in doing all the things we've done. I just always felt real comfortable by just asking you some simple questions that you always had a simple answer for, and we looked at each other and said, "Okay, we're going to do that."
Keep it simple, man.
Keep it simple. We're going to do that. That's what we're going to do. We're going to lock into it. We're going to believe in it, and then I'd go learn my lines. Make sure you know those lines. Now I don't know. I'd ask you about that and say, do you think that when a director casts an actor, if he's cast him right, probably 90% of your job is done with that guy, right? But if you've cast that person wrong, are you ever going to get it right?
Well, no. You're going to get through it.
You're going to get through it.
You get through it.
Here's where David Lopan gets to take off. He was great in this. I loved him here.
James Hong?
James Hong.
Yeah, he didn't like that makeup too much. It was uncomfortable. That was not fun.
Yeah.
It was extremely tight on his face, and
yeah, I remember he was uncomfortable, but boy, he knew how to use it and work with it. I always thought that he understood this movie better than anybody except for you. I always kind of looked at him and said, he really
got this
gets
character.
This.
He got the character and what his dilemma was, this wanting to be flesh again, and
he really he sold it. Video was, and by the way, I remember video at this time was just really becoming sort of a big deal.
Up, yep.
And I think had it not been for that, I think honestly my career probably would have just not happened.
You think so?
Oh yeah, if it hadn't been for video, I don't think it would have happened. The movie for me that began to take me out of the don't put him in the movie. Nobody goes to the theater if he's in the movie. It did start to take me out of that.
And it reached its pinnacle with Captain Ron.
And Captain Ron then, of course, went over the top.
I actually like Captain Ron.
Okay, now this is actually flat.
You are going across the flat ground, but the set is built at a tilt, so it appears that you're going downhill. And we had a false perspective set on looking down, so it was a tiny, tiny drop, but still a little bit tricky. Now, I don't remember if that was you from the back or Warlock.
I think it was Warlock, because I don't remember doing that. That's definitely not me. But I remember being impressed with how fast Dennis and Kim Cattrall could talk. They were so good at it.
Yeah, Kim and Dennis, Kim especially, could really rip that dialogue.
Rip it.
Wow.
Yeah.
In this particular movie, Rick Richter came to the rehearsals, and for some reason he didn't like Kim and started rewriting her character.
Oh, really?
So she came to me and said, this is bothering me.
Yeah, well, I'm getting lost here.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
And so I had to gently say, maybe it's better you don't come in here anymore. That's the first time I ever saw.
Well, I thought she was just right.
Well, first of all, the underwater scene earlier, I got this horrible ear infection from because I was underwater with the camera.
Right.
It was the worst. I don't know how you escaped it, though. That's what pisses me off.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That's a cheesy, cross-eyed monster.
But you know what? I still go with what we've talked about a number of times, is that it's fun. It's fun, really fun to watch this now and remember it. But what I remember, and I think what's hard for people to understand, is that even though you spend a great deal of time with the picture after it's done shooting, I don't. And I really think that people in my position, especially, they have the experience of making the movie. Everybody else in the world, except for the people who are working on the picture, have the experience of the movie, but they don't have the 3D version of it live. Yeah. And I remember that. I take that as my great memories. Right. You know, I really take those as my great memories. And it's impossible to watch the movie unless it's a long, long time since you've seen it to really enjoy just the movie. And even then, you sort of pull back really the day. Right. And the good time you're having with people. And
so it's impossible to separate, really, isn't it?
It is for me. Yeah. It is for me. I look back at the stuff we've done together, and that's what makes me want to work together again. Not the pictures that we came out with. I like them because I would, you know, obviously I like that type of a movie.
But the experience?
But the experience, for me, we've worked together, what, 5 times?
God, I don't know. Is that true?
5 or 6 times. 5
times, I think, huh?
It makes me want to work again because it's always been fun. It's just always been a great time.
Yeah, 5 times.
5 times.
When I was a young director, I had people telling me, now, look, you know, you can't go by the experience, because sometimes if you go through a lot of pain with somebody and it's really terrible, sometimes you'll get a good result, okay, on the screen. Yeah. I've never found that to be the case.
For the most part, neither have I. But if you've had a good time and you're following what you're going to do and you achieved it, it's usually a pretty good movie.
Usually a pretty good movie. You know, this I was reminded, you know, this movie cost about $20 million.
You know, I don't remember. I was going to say,
I have no memory of the budget of it.
But I remember it being a big budget movie.
Yeah.
Or thinking about it as a big budget movie.
They made me cut it in the beginning. It was supposed to be more, and they kept making me cut it.
Now, see, I wonder, what do you think? Over the years now, has this movie recouped its money?
I have no idea. I'm not getting.
I haven't seen any checks.
Where are my checks?